Hello, my warriors out there. How are we stewarding in the land of the living? I hope we are doing good. I hope we're making it work. I hope we're spreading the love and we're celebrating Jesus all throughout this Advent calendar. All throughout the Advent calendar because it's all about Jesus. And it's a celebrating the life that he came to give us and celebrating the life that we get to live because of him. And that should make you the most happiest person in the world. And if it doesn't, there's a problem. You have to work that out because Jesus gave everything that we could be everything. And for that, we're thankful. I am so happy. I am a little tired because I've been out in the streets. And let me tell you, it's busy and it's packed, but we have to do it. We have to brave it and get it done because everything that needs to be bought needs to be bought. Everything that needs to be had needs to be had so that we can help be a blessing to someone or many people this holiday. Okay, December 19th, 19 days into this countdown. Oh my God, we have what, 6 days left? And it is serious. Christmas is almost here. And we have been enjoying, I have been enjoying, I hope you guys have been too, enjoying this whole process. I started early, way before Thanksgiving, and we're still going and going way into the new year, okay? Because that's what it is. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the best time to celebrate and to make a joyful noise. So we're doing it. And today, December 19th, is our what? Gift a Stock Day. I hope we're still checking on favorofagreatgod.com. It's right there every day for you from at least, we try to be early, but at least by 12:30 a.m., it's on there for you. So you can see what the day is and what your challenge is and how you get to do and enjoy this life. And today is Gift of Stock. Today is Gift of Stock. And most importantly, we're going to learn about the ETFs. That's a whole different level of stocks that is almost, it's not quite a mutual fund. It's a little different from mutual funds because mutual funds, I think they say you can only trade once a day or something. But with ETFs, you trade it just like you trade stocks, but it's a pool of stocks. And that makes it a little bit safer and a little less volatile. And you can do a lot more and not be scared that something's going to happen to a particular stock and it goes down, or because there's a whole bunch of stocks in that one ETF that makes up what you're trading on. So you're trading on a lot of things at one time. So let's go to the website, favorofagreatgod.com, and let's see what is on there for us today. Hold on. Let me share my page. And here we go. Okay, so we scroll down a little bit. Day 19. Let's say we get right there. Put it all in there for you. Okay, and our father fave is ETFs, of course. An exchange traded fund, that's what ETF is, an acronym for that, is a pooled investment security that can be bought and sold like an individual stock. ETFs can be structured to track anything from the price of a commodity to a large and diverse collection of securities. So that's why the S&Ps have their ETFs. The Dow has their ETFs. What's the other one? NASDAQ has its own ETFs, and they track what's going on within those particular, I guess, trading platforms or whatever. Let's, for instance, SPY, which is part of the S&P 500 index. It's one of the ETFs for S&P 500. It's the oldest surviving and most widely known ETF that tracks the S&P 500 index. So it can tell you what's going on with it because it's pooled. It's a whole bunch of different stocks that are within that index. So you can tell what's going on with it based on what's going on in the SPY. And I'm invested in that one as well. iShares Russell 2000, IWM, and that's an ETF that tracks the Russell 2000 Small Cap Index. Invesco, which is QQQ, is an ETF that tracks the NASDAQ 100 Index, which typically contains technology stocks. So NASDAQ has a lot of technology stocks. And SPDR Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is DIA or Diamonds, is an ETF that represents the 30 stocks of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So when you get an ETF, that's what it's tracking what's going on within a particular index. It's telling you what's going on, and it's a pool of stocks. So that makes it a little more, people feel more safe when they use ETFs. And that's why a lot of people trade ETFs as opposed to trading individual stocks because they feel the individual stocks can go down. But if you have a whole pool, if one goes down, the others are going to make up for it. You know what I mean? So it feels a little safer. So I always say it's good to have a combination of everything, of the both. I have ETFs as well as individual stocks. With the individual stock, that's why it's very important to, that's why we try to create your watch list so you can watch what's going on with it and make sure it's something valuable. Because if you just go about willy-nilly and put all your money in something and you haven't seen how good it is, you haven't watched it, you haven't researched it, then you could end up in a negative situation as opposed to positive. So it's very important when you do an individual stocks that you research. That's why we listen to with whatever different coaches. We go on the websites, we do the research, we see what's going on with the dividends, we see what's going on with the trend, we see what's going on with the charts, so we can make sure when we make a decision, it's not going to affect us negatively. And even if it goes down a bit, we know it's going to go back up because the company is pretty solid. So that's why it's another important thing to study the company, not just watch the stock, but look at the company, look at what it stands for, look at what it's doing. That's why the Amazons, Amazon's doing good. The Apples, Apple's doing good. Nvidia, Nvidia's doing good. You hear about them in the news, and that's why a lot of people go with these stocks because they're proven tried and true. And some of them have little things going on, like Nvidia has some of the things going on right now, but it's still one of the top traded stocks on the market every single day, like options, dividend, everything. It's just people in the millions are just trading it. So when you see that going on, you know that's something that's a solid a company that you can invest in, but you still need to watch and do your due diligence. So that's what we're talking about. But the ETFs make it a little safer. A lot of people feel safer doing it, and I do have some as well because like the one I like is VU. Like I have SPY. That's why I put them in SPY, VU, and VTI. VU has like Apple, Nvidia, all these big stocks on there. And when you go, if you're using Webull or whatever you use to check the stock, if you look at them, you'll go into the fund and you see the companies that are under that they have acquired that are under in within that ETF, and you could tell if they're good or not. And so when you look at the VUs and the SPYs, they have all the big names on there, so you know you're in a very substantial situation, and you know you're going to profits going to come from it. You know they have longevity, and that's why people do ETFs. So that's our father fave for the day when it comes to investing. Those ETFs, let me tell you, they're good. So look at them. And some people, they just trade ETFs. Some people like me do ETFs and other stocks, but ETFs are really, 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 you have to do them right now because especially when the market is doing all kinds of crazy stuff, you want to have something that's solid and safe that you can at least count on for a little bit. You can at least feel a little better about it, because they're managing it for you and they're doing all that stuff over there. Okay, so now we're going to go. So when you want to trade, all you do, like we say, open up the drawer or the door for day 19, and it will take you straight to our Father Fave, which is the NASDAQ. We take you right there. And then you could just search all the different ETFs. I know for sure Webull has a listing of just ETFs. So you see what the ETFs are and where they're under and all that kind of stuff. Here, I am not sure because I'm not in NASDAQ as much. So I don't know, but I know if you put in like we put in, like you just put in VOO, VOO, in the search symbol, it'll give you everything about that particular ETF, everything about that particular stock or whatever it is. And here is like the main NASDAQ platform. So everything that comes out of there, is true, and it's substantial. It stands on its own. So you could trust what you see on here. Okay, so that VOO is also Vanguard S&P 500. That's the name for it, the full name. And then you have VOO, which is the acronym or the symbol. And so today, 537 and 57 cents or 58 cents. So that it went down a little bit today, but that is a pretty substantial situation. That's why I said the one thing about them with the ETFs, some of them can be expensive, especially the VOOs, and because they're so big, they're so good and the kind of stocks they have. So you may have to do a fractional with it. You may want to do it buy a whole share at a time, whatever you want to do. But when you put your money in there, you're going to get some profit. It's going to grow in here. And I think, let me see how they listed on here. In Webull, they show you all the companies that this particular ETF has acquired. Oh my God, I hope they show you here. Whenever I go into this, my internet is a situation, but let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to see if they will show us all the companies that are listed within this ETF. Let me see, I may have to go. I know it would be there, but I just don't want to take up too much time here. Let me go into my Webull, because Webull I'm like more versed with. Hold on 1 second. Let's see our VU over here. Okay, for VU. All right, under the fund, I have to look on here because I'm not sure. I know they have to have it here, but I haven't really I'm not sure where it will be under. It should be under something that says fund, but I'm not seeing it here. But over here, I could go where I'm comfortable with, most comfortable anyway. And the asset allocation under here, Apple is part of their hold. They have top 10 holdings, Apple Inc., Nvidia Corp., Microsoft Corp., Amazon.com, Meta Platforms, that's a Facebook, Alphabet Inc., that's Google, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway, that's what's this man's name? I forgot his name. Buffett, Wayne Buffett. Alphabet Inc., that's another part of Google, and Broadcom. So that's their top 10 holdings. So you see right there, their top 10 is like huge. So you know when they have these kind of companies, they have the top 10 companies, they're pretty a safe, and it's better, a safe to invest in them. And then whatever profits they make, you're getting they have dividends as well, they have options as well. Their dividends are 1.26% dividend yield. So you know that's good, and they have options. Okay, so you know you're in a safe situation with them. And so that's why a lot of people do ETFs. So I would tell you, well, I wouldn't advise because I'm not a financial advisor, but and for me, I think it's safe if you have to have at least one or two ETFs in your portfolio, just because of how volatile the markets could be. And it just gives you a safer situation. And so it kind of balances off your regular stocks. And if you have like I have some of the same stocks that are in the ETFs. So it's like you're just getting a double situation, but you have to, it's just necessary right now to have at least one or two ETFs to balance out your portfolio. So that would be up to you which ones you pick. There's SPY, there's VU, there's VTI. These are the main ones I know about. I just started researching and saw where there are others. You even have some ETFs for the REITs, which are the real estate investment trusts. They have some that just have REITs. So there's all types of them out there. So you can research them. And when you go into them, look for the companies that they're holding, and that will let you know if that's something that you feel comfortable being with purchasing and partnering with. But you have to do your research. That's why I tell you, put everything, when we tell you about a company, put them on your watch list, look at them, research them, see if they work for you, and then make your decisions. Okay, so that will help you make a safer decision so that your portfolio can be one that's profitable, as we are doing good stewardship with every dime that we have, right? So that's our situation for the day, and that's our ETFs. The main ones I would tell you that I know for sure are the big ones of SPY, which is for S&P 500 index, because that's one of the main indexes. And then VU and VTI. And that's the three I've been hearing a lot about. The others, there's still others out there, don't get me wrong, but I haven't really worked with them as such. So you would have to do some more research on there as well, and get some advice. I always tell you, with your brokerage company, you could talk to them, because I call up whenever I have issues. I call Fidelity and I ask them questions immediately, and they give me the answers. So don't feel like you can't ask questions. You can ask questions while you do your research, so you can make an informed decision. I wish I could find where, you know me, I'm very investigative, so I'm trying to find out where they would have their fund. They would list the funds or the companies that they have in their portfolio, but I just don't see it here. And I'm not sure what that would be under this kind of, but I'll research it and I'll see. I'll probably tell you all tomorrow. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's our December 19th situation, our stewarding. check up on the ETFs and on stockpile. Remember, stockpile is one of my favorite ways to give to stock. On stock, what I just noticed this year, they didn't have it last year. I don't think they did. I didn't notice it anyway. Like you could give, they have like the main stocks, the big ones, the Metas, the Video. I don't know if they have Video, the Apple, the Amazons that you can give. And they have those, the favorite ones. But there's also something they have now that says any stock, where you could pick what stock you want. And you don't have to go with the main ones that they have. And that's I didn't see that last year. So that may be new. So that's the place where you could go and pick. When you buy that particular gift card to give to your person, you could pick what company you want to, that's not part of the main list. So you could put an ETF in there as well. And if you want to just give it to them and let them choose what they want to buy with the stock, with the money or whatever, I don't know how they have it, whatever you're giving them to buy the stock, the gift card, you could allow them, the person, to choose what stock they want to invest in. I guess that's what it is. Based on what I've read, I think that's what it is. So when you go in there, you'll see that as well. And wherever your brokerage company you could do it through your brokerage company, but try to put the ETF as something in there. And they take the fractionals as well toward it. Remember, it's trading just like a stock, but it's just a pool of stocks. Okay, I think we have talked about ETFs, and I think we can make it part of our situation, not just for the holidays, but for the rest of our lives, because it's going to make your portfolio even that much stronger. Okay, all right, everyone. I hope you had a good day today. I hope you have a few more minutes to continue this, a few more hours in this day to continue to enjoy it, continue to gift people, continue to share love with people, and be a blessing and enjoy the season, because it's the most wonderful time of the year, and we can't afford to let anything destroy our joy, destroy our peace, because Jesus came. The whole reason that we're celebrating Jesus is because he came to give us peace. So we have to enjoy it, if not just because he gave it to us freely. And the Bible says, freely you have received, now freely give. Continue to enjoy this day. We hope to see you tomorrow. With the shopping situation is getting a little hectic. So if you don't see me, just check on the website, because when I went out today, I was like, oh my God, I've been going out, but not like this. And I was like, whoo, may not be able to make it in to talk on the cam 1 or 2 days, but we'll see. We're going to work it out anyway. But just continue to check the website for all the challenges up till Christmas Day. We thank you for being with us. Continue to enjoy this season, guys. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And keep on fighting. We're fighting against poverty. We're fighting against human trafficking. We're fighting against all kinds of hate and miserable depression. We are fighting and winning this season, because it's the most wonderful time of the year. Till we see you tomorrow, remember to have what? Father conversations. Bye-bye.